we have been discussing about the critical flow, specific energy, critical depth, and how to compute the critical depth in the case of a rectangular channel based on the specific energy conditions, like minimum specific energy at the critical state of flow, maximum discharge, and the Froude number being equal to 1, and the specific force being equal to specific force being the minimum. So these are all the conditions that we have seen for the critical state of flow. So in continuation of this, we try to look at what is the criterion for the critical state of flow. The critical state of flow, as we already defined, as the condition for which the Froude number Fr being equal to unity Fr, the Froude number, which is the ratio of inertia force to the gravity force, may be given by the mean velocity v at a given section divided by square root of g into d, d being the hydraulic depth, must be equal to 1. If such is the condition, then we say that the flow is critical. A more common definition is that it is the state of a flow at which the specific energy is minimum for a given discharge condition. So a theoretical criterion for the critical state may be developed from this definition, where the specific energy being minimum for a given discharge. Maybe we are considering a uniform flow section. At a given section, the mean velocity is v, and v square by 2g, of course. What is v square by 2g? It is the velocity head. So for the top free surface, if you add the ordinate v square by 2g, you will be getting the energy grade line or total energy line. For all these open channel flows, there will be longitudinal slope. Say let theta be the inclination with respect to the horizontal for this channel bed at a given section. At a given section, maybe a more elaborate figure which is shown here with respect to the datum. With respect to the datum, you have the elevation head jet, you have the elevation head jet, and then this is the channel bed or channel bottom, top water surface. And for this top water surface, if you add v square by 2g, the velocity head, you have the energy grade line. So this is the top water surface. Let v be the mean velocity, and theta is the inclination, and s or s0 is the longitudinal slope. So the mean velocity v from the discharge equation is the discharge q divided by a, or capital Q will be equal to area into velocity, a into v. The specific energy by definition is that the energy computed considering the channel bed as the datum. So at any section, if the total energy is z plus y plus v square by 2g, then since you are considering the datum directly at the channel bed, z becomes 0, and hence y plus v square by 2g will be equal to the specific energy E. Y plus v square by 2g would be equal to the specific energy E. So the specific energy at any section is the total energy considering the channel bed as datum. So it is sum of the depth of a flow plus the velocity head at any section. Since v is equal to q by a, if you substitute that in this equation, y plus q by a whole square, that means q square by a square, of course 2g in the denominator. So the specific energy E would be equal to y plus q square by 2g a square. This equation is the specific energy, is the equation for the specific energy in a channel of a small slope. That means the longitudinal slope is considered to be very, very small, theta being very small, and the kinetic energy correction factor alpha is equal to 1. So these are the two assumptions that we have made. Alpha equal to 1. The slope is very small, and you are considering a very short horizontal reach. So the specific energy E is equal to y plus q square by 2g a square. And if you differentiate the specific energy E with respect to y, it becomes dE by dy. dE by dy, differential of E with respect to y. What is E? It is a specific energy. Just now we have seen y plus q square by 2g a square. So d by dy of y plus q square by 2g a square. Q, the discharge. G, acceleration. So q square by 2g are the constants for this differential. So 1 plus 1, d by dy of y. First d by dy of y. So d by dy of y would be equal to 1. Differential of y with respect to y. Differential of y with respect to y. Differential of y with respect to y is 1. So 1 plus q square by 2g is constant for the differential. Take out. So q square by 2g into differential of 1 by a square with respect to y. Differential of 1 by a square with respect to y. So 1 by a square. So minus 2 by a cube into differential of A with respect to y, dA by dy. Minus 2 by A cube into dA by dy. So this becomes, this minus if you bring here, 1 minus q square divided by this A cube has been divided into, has been subdivided into A square and A square and A. So q square by A square into 2 gets cancelled, 1 by G into 1 by A is left here, into dA by dy. Into dA by dy. So what is this? What is this q by A? Q by A discharged by area would be the velocity, mean velocity at the section. Similarly, for any arbitrary section of a channel, for any differential element or elementary strip measured from the top, the differential area of the elementary strip would be equal to the top width of T multiplied by dy, or T into dy would be equal to, dA by dy would be equal to the top width T. So substituting those values here, we have 1 minus v square by Ga, v square, q by A is v square by Ga minus into dA by dy. So the differential area near the strip is equal to T into dy, or dA by dy may be equal to T, and hence dA by dy will be 1 minus v square T by Ga. V square T by Ga. This is the specific energy dA by dy. So this will be rewritten like 1 minus v square by G into A by T. 1 minus v square by G into A by T. This T from the denominator has been brought here to the numerator as 1 by T. So what is A by T? Vector area divided by top width would be equal to hydraulic depth D. Hydraulic depth D. And hence this becomes 1 minus v square by G into D. So the critical state of flow is minimum. So dE by dy must be equal to 0. That means 1 minus v square by Gd, what we have computed must be equal to 0. So v square by Gd would be equal to 1, or v square by 2g. V square by 2g will be equal to d by 2. What do you mean by this? What is v square by 2g? V square by 2g is the velocity head. The velocity head would be at the critical state of flow. The velocity head would be equal to half of the hydraulic depth. Half of the hydraulic depth. This is the criterion for the critical state of flow. V square by 2g, the velocity head would be equal to half of the hydraulic depth. This is the criterion for the critical state of flow, which states that at the critical state of flow, the velocity would be equal to half of the hydraulic depth D. Hydraulic depth D is defined to be vector area divided by the top width T for any shaped channel sections. So in this criterion, and if this criterion is to be used, the following conditions must be satisfied. We have already seen what are those conditions. The channel is considered to be with a very small bed slope. Angle theta must be small. You are taking a short horizontal or a nearly horizontal reach. And the value of alpha, the energy coefficient or kinetic energy correction factor, also it is known to be energy coefficient, is assumed to be unity. Further, the flow is parallel. What do you mean by this flow is parallel? The flow is parallel to the channel bed. Top water surface, channel bed slope are equal. This is possible only when the flow is uniform or nearly gradually varied flow. So these are all the conditions which are required to be satisfied for using the criterion that the velocity head would be equal to half of the hydraulic depth. The criterion for critical state can be used if these three conditions are satisfied. If these three conditions are satisfied. What is the condition? Energy coefficient alpha being equal to 1. This is what we have stated. If the energy coefficient is not assumed to be unity, what will happen? You need to take that alpha also into consideration into our derivation. So the criterion for the critical state becomes v square by 2g is equal to d by 2 becomes, this will change. So v square by 2g is equal to d by 2 becomes alpha into v square by 2g must be equal to d by 2. So velocity at v square by 2g multiplied with alpha gives you the corrected velocity head, where alpha is the kinetic energy correction factor or energy coefficient must be equal to half of the hydraulic depth. So for a channel of large slope, the angle theta and the energy coefficient alpha, if you consider both, the criterion for the critical state would be alpha into v square by 2g would be equal to d by 2 into cos theta. How you are getting this cos theta? Because in the earlier case we assumed that theta is very small, negligibly small, the flow is parallel. So for a gradually varied flow, where you have the angle theta with large slope, then alpha v square by 2g would be equal to d by 2 into cos theta. D by 2 into cos theta. What is v? The mean velocity q by a. So substitute that. Alpha into q by a whole square divided by 2g must be equal to d by 2 into cos theta. D by 2 into cos theta. Or alpha q square by 2ga square. Alpha q square by 2ga square must be equal to d by 2 cos theta, or cos theta would be equal to alpha q square by g d a square. 2 gets cancelled, and alpha q square by g into d, the depth of the hydraulic depth, a by t into a square, or this becomes a cube, and t, if you take to the numerator, it becomes alpha q square t by g cube. Cos theta would be equal to alpha into q square t by g cube is the criterion for the critical state of flow. So the angle theta can be found from the given gradually varied flow channel condition. So cos theta will be equal to alpha q square t by ga cube. We work out two problems slowly relating to the critical state of a flow. If y1 and y2, in fact, that now the problem, the derivations. Let us see how these derivations or the problems are solved. If y1 and y2 are the alternate depths in a rectangular channel, show that yc cube would be equal to 2y1 square y2 square divided by y1 plus y2, and hence the specific energy E is equal to y1 square plus y1 y2 plus y2 square divided by y1 plus y2. What are y1 y2? They are the alternate depths. Already we have seen the specific energy curve. For any given value of the specific energy curve, two depths of flows are possible. One less than the critical depth and other more than the critical depth. These two depths of y1 and y2 are called alternate depths, corresponding to the supercritical flow condition and corresponding to the subcritical flow condition. Here the depths of flows y1 and y2. So for any given specific energy curve, for a given value of the specific energy, if you draw a vertical line, this vertical line for the given value of the specific energy cuts the specific energy curve at 2 points. Correspondingly, there will be two depths of flows possible, y1 and y2, one less than yc and the other more than yc. Okay, so you have to now prove that yc cube must be equal to 2 into y1 square y2 square divided by y1 plus y2. What are the conditions given? Y1 and y2 are the alternate depths. Okay, this is one condition that is given. Further, another thing that is given is it is a rectangular channel. These are the two conditions that are given. Since it is a rectangular channel given, let a small q be the discharge per unit width. If capital B is the width of the channel, then the discharge, the total discharge passing through the channel is capital Q. So capital Q would be equal to small q multiplied by B, where small q is the discharge per unit width. For the total width, it will be q into B, which will be equal to the total discharge Q. So Q is equal to small q into B. Based on the continuity equation, which would be equal to A1 V1, also would be equal to A2 V2. A1 and A2 are the cross-sectional areas, and V1 and V2 are the velocities at the two different sections. There, accordingly, you have small q, which is equal to, small q would be equal to capital Q divided by B. Capital Q divided by B. Capital Q is area into velocity. What is the area at section 1? Since it is rectangular, B into Y. B into Y. So at section 1, it is B into Y1. At section 2, it is B into Y2. So B by 1 into V1 divided by B, and B by 2 into V2 divided by B. I repeat once again, explain once again here. Capital Q is the discharge, and if small q is the discharge per unit weight, for the total weight B, the total discharge will be small q into B. Small q into B, which is equal to the total discharge. So based on the continuity equation, at the two sections, Q would be equal to A1 V1, also must be equal to A2 V2. So small q, the discharge per unit width will be equal to capital Q divided by B. Capital Q divided by B. So capital Q, which is equal to A1 into V1. What is A1? It is a wetted area at section 1, B into Y1. Similarly, A2, the wetted area at section 2, B into Y2. So B into Y1 into V1 divided by B is equal to B into Y2 into V2 divided by B. So here, capital B, the bed width, the numerator and denominator gets cancelled on both the sides, and hence the discharge per unit will be equal to V1 into Y1 also would be equal to V2 into Y2. V1 Y1 also would be equal to V2 into Y2. Okay. Q would be equal to V1 Y1, which is equal to V2 Y2. The specific energy E is equal to at section 1 if we take Y1 plus V1 square by 2G. Similarly, at section 2, it is Y2 plus V2 square by 2G. One point you need to understand very clearly. If you just go back to the specific energy curve, for any given value of the specific energy, if you draw a vertical line, this vertical line cuts the specific energy curve at 2 points. At both the points, this vertical line directly cuts where? In the horizontal axis. That means the specific energy axis at the same value of the specific energy E. So that is the reason why Y1 plus V1 square by 2G would also be equal to Y2 plus V2 square by 2G, because either at Y1 or at Y2, if you draw the vertical line, the same vertical line is cutting the specific energy curve at 2 points, finally reaching to the point E on the abscissa, which is showing the values of the specific energy. In other words, for any given value of the specific energy E, 2 depths of flows are possible. One is Y1 and the other is Y2. So the specific energy is same for both the cases. Hence, Y1 plus V1 square by 2G must be equated to Y2 plus V2 square by 2G. Hope this point is clear to all of you. The specific energy E is same for both the depths of flows Y1 and Y2. And hence, at section 1, Y1 plus V1 square by 2G, that means at depth Y1, if the specific energy is Y1 plus V2 square by 2G, at depth Y2, the specific energy Y2 plus V2 square by 2G. Here it is V1 square by 2G at section 1 and V2 square by 2G at section 2. So, equating both the things, what is happening now? Y1 plus, what is V? What is V1? V1 is equal to Q by Y1. V2 will be equal to Q by Y2. Substitute same thing. Q by Y1 and V2 is Q by Y2. So V1 is square by 2G. So Q square by 2G Y1 is square must be equal to Y2 plus Q square by 2G Y2 square. Now Y1 minus Y2. Take this Y2 to this side. Y1 minus Y2 will be equal to Q square by 2G into Y2 square minus Q square by 2G into Y1 square. Q square by 2G may be taken out common. So Q square by 2G will be equal to 1 minus Y2 square minus 1 by Y1 is Y2 square minus 1 by Y1 square. 1 by Y2 square minus 1 by Y1 square. This is Y1 minus Y2. So Y1 minus Y2 is equal to Q square by 2G into 1 by Y2 square minus 1 by Y1 square. In other words, this becomes Y1 square minus Y2 square divided by Y1 square Y2 square. Y1 square Y2 square. So Q square by 2G into Y1 square minus Y2 square by Y1 square Y2 square. So this Y1 square minus Y2 square may be written like A plus B into A minus B, Y1 plus Y2 into Y1 minus Y2. So Y1 minus Y2 on the left hand side, Y1 minus Y2 on the right hand side would be cancelled. You can see here Y1 minus Y2 and here also Y1 minus Y2 may be taken out. Further, you have Q square by 2G. What is Q square by G? For a rectangular channel, Q square by G is YCQ. Q square by G is YCQ for a rectangular channel. So substituting that, you will be getting Y1 minus Y2 is equal to YCQ by 2 into Y1 plus Y2 into Y1 minus Y2 divided by Y1 Y2 whole square. Now what happened? Y1 minus Y2 and Y1 minus Y2 getting cancelled here. Then YC cube from here would be equal to 2 into Y1 square Y2 square by Y1 plus Y2. The first bit of our problem is over. The first bit is given Y1 and Y2 are the depths of flows, alternate depths of flows for a rectangular channel. Prove that YC cube is equal to 2Y1 square Y2 square by Y1 plus Y2. The first bit is over. Second bit is, and hence show that the specific energy is so on. And hence show. So you need to compute the specific energy using this condition. The condition is the critical depth of YC is related to the alternate depths of Y1 and Y2 as YC cube is equal to 2y1 square y2 square by y1 plus y2. So you need to make use of this condition. Specific energy E is equal to y1 plus v1 square by 2g for the given depth y1. For a given depth y1. So y1 plus what is v? Q by a1. Q by a1 whole square by 2g. What is q? Is small q into b divided by b by 1 whole square. So b gets cancelled. Q by y1. So here y1 plus q square by 2g y1 square. Q square by 2g y1 square, or y1 plus q square by g into 1 by 2 y1 square. What is q square by g? Q square by g is yc cube. Yc cube is the one which we already proved, 2y1 square y2 square by y1 plus y2. So substitute that in place of this q square by g. Substituting that, you will be getting yc cube, which is to be substituted as 2y1 square y2 square by y1 plus y2 into 1 by 2 y1 square. Now 2y1 square gets cancelled here, and you have y1 plus y1 square y2 square by y1 plus y2, and hence it will become y1 into y1 plus y2 plus y2 square. So you will be getting y1 square plus y1 y2 plus y2 square divided by y1 plus y2 is the specific energy. So this expression can be used to find the value of the minimum specific energy E, provided any alternate depths are known, y1 and y2 are known. Another problem. In a flow through a rectangular channel for a certain discharge, the Froude numbers corresponding to the two alternate depths F1 and F2 are given. F1 and F2 are the two depths of flows, and in this rectangular channel, for a certain discharge, the Froude numbers are F1 and F2 corresponding to the two alternate depths, which means that y1 is one alternate depth, y2 is one among the other alternate depth. F1 is the Froude number corresponding to y1, F2 is the Froude number corresponding to y2. We may use FR1 and FR2 also. In this problem, it has been used like F1 and F2, the Froude numbers. And you have to prove that F2 by F1 whole to the power 2 by 3 must be equal to 2 plus F2 square by 2 plus F1 square. On the left hand side, on the right hand side also, it is connected and related to the Froude numbers F1 and F2. Let y1 and y2 be the alternate depths, as we have already been using the same notations. Hence, the specific energy E would be y1 plus v1 square by 2g with the depth y1, which is also equal to y2 plus v2 square by 2g with the depth y2. Then y1 into, take y1 from these two terms, y1 plus v1 square by 2g, take y1 common. It becomes y1 into 1 plus v1 square by 2g y1. Since there is no y1 here, it comes in the denominator. So v1 square by 2g y1, which is also equal to y2 into 1 plus v2 square by 2g y2. v2 square by 2g y2. So y1 into 1 plus v1 square by 2g y1, which is equal to y2 into 1 plus v2 square by 2g y2. By definition, the Froude number Fr would be F would be equal to v by root gy, v by root gd, d equal to y in our case. So F1 square would be equal to v1 square by gy1. How v by root gd is becoming v by root gy? If we take a rectangular channel, hydraulic depth d is equal to a by t, wetted area by top width. The top width also would be equal to the bed width because it is a rectangular channel. So t would be equal to d. So a by t, wetted area a, which is equal to b into y, divided by the top width t, which is equal to b, by b. b gets cancelled and you are left with y. So the top width t would, the hydraulic depth d would be equal to the depth of a flow y in the case of a rectangular channel. So the Froude number F would be equal to v by root gy. At the depth y1, F1 square would be equal to v1 square by gy1. And at the depth y2, F2 square would be equal to v2 square by gy2. Substituting these values, specific energy E would be equal to y1 into 1 plus v1 square by gy1 is equal to y2 into 1 plus v2 square by gy2. So you can see here v1 square by gy1, which you have got. v1 square by gy1 may be replaced by f1 square. Similarly, on the right hand side, V2 square by Gy2 may be replaced by F2 square. F2 square. So accordingly, you have Y1 into 1 plus half of 1 by 2 into all this. So F1 square by 2 is equal to Y2 into 1 plus F2 square by 2. So take the ratio Y1 divided by Y2. Y1 divided by Y2 will be equal to 1 plus F2 square by 2 divided by 1 plus F1 square by 2, or 2 plus F2 square by 2 plus F1 square. 2 in the denominator and denominator gets cancelled. So you have got now Y1 by Y2 is equal to 2 plus F2 square by 2 plus F1 square. Let this be equation 1. Let this be equation 1. So this is already obtained right hand side of our derivation. If you see the right hand side of the derivation, we need to prove 2 plus F2 square by 2 plus F1 square. But on the left hand side, it is F2 by F1 whole to the power 2. But instead we have got Y1 by Y2. We have got Y1 by Y2. Y1 by Y2 is equal to 2 plus F2 square by 2 plus F1 square. This is equation 1. Also, F1 square is given to be V1 square by Gy1 by definition, or Q by A whole square by Gy. So Q by A1 whole square by G by 1. So Q square by G, A1 square into Y1. A1 square, that means B into Y1 square. So this becomes Q square divided by B square G Y1 Q. E square G Y1 Q. Y1 square into Y1. So it becomes Y1 Q. Similarly, F2 square would be Q square by B square G Y2 Q, where Q is of course the discharge. So F1 square, you got Q square by B square G Y1 Q. Y1 Q from that, if you take out, what do you get? Y1 Q would be equal to Q square by B square G F1 square. B square G F1 square. Similarly, Y2 Q will be Q square by B square G F2 square. Take the ratio of these two. Y1 cube by Y2 cube would be equal to Q square by B square G F1 square into, this will be reversal. So B square G F2 square by Q square. Many parameters gets cancelled. Q square, B square, B square, G and G gets cancelled. And you are left with F2 by F2 square by F1 square. So Y1 by Y2 would be whole this to the power 2 by 3. Take this 3 cube to this side. So F2 by F1 whole to the power 2 by 3. You have got equation 2. Equation 1, Y1 by Y2. Equation 2 also is for Y1 by Y2. So from both, from 1 and 2, you will be getting F2 by F1 would be equal to 2 plus F2 square by 2 plus F1 square. So this is another problem or the derivation relating to the Froude numbers in a rectangular channel. The first problem relating to the relation between the critical depth and the alternate depths Y1 and Y2. The relation between the specific energy and the alternate depths Y1 and Y2. In this problem, it is the relation between the Froude numbers F1 and F2 at two different depths of flows corresponding to Y1 and Y2. So we have two equations which are derived in the form of the problems after understanding about the criterion for critical state of a flow. So at this stage, I stop here.